Hey guys, what's up? I was asked if it's worth buying the new Exalted class and what is the best way to use it. Well, I think that since this class has Stalker, Brute is, well, kind of like really one of among the worst specializations. Discipline is like okay for both ranged and melee playstyle. It can have its place, but still, I would say Stalker would be like the best option here. And Stalker is about getting more damage while the stamina is full, and that's something that you get more while using ranged weapons since they don't tend to cost stamina. More specifically, just standing still, shooting something, and you're gonna get more damage out of it. So I would say don't use the dual swords with this class. Probably use this with the Amazon instead. That's more of a melee class. For the Exalted, I would say the kind of like ranger playstyle that you have. Same thing with like classes like Scar, Bionic. What is the other ones? Like maybe Cleopatra. I mean, all those classes have Stalker. I'm comparing the new class to those. I would say comparing to, let's say, Cleopatra because they're both females. This one, I might prefer like a little bit over Cleopatra because it's like a Cleopatra with less HP but more stamina and speed and more perk points. I think gear Cleopatra has one more because I think she can carry motion detectors instead of decoys. But still, I would say the perk points. Oh no, actually, I think the perk points are the same. The difference is that Cleopatra, because of the low stamina, I like to use Adrenal on her to be able to be more mobile. While with this class, Exalted doesn't need Adrenal boost to be able to be mobile. She has already enough stamina, so no need for that. Or comparing to, let's say, Scar. While comparing to Scar, she's like a Stalker version of Scar with more speed, but less stamina. HP is around the same thing. I think Scar has a little bit more, but it won't be really noticeable because the difference is minimal. But she's like a faster Scar with less stamina, more perk points, and less gear. Sure, she only has one more perk point than Scar. However, this little perk point can make a lot of difference because she can use this combination here, which is a meta combination. Down range medic large bounce is great. However, now that I think about it a little more in detail, I would say that because of night maps and because the fact that ever since October, the damage of the headshots on predators are higher, so you can lose your mask more often. It's easier for you to lose your mask. I would say like sometimes you just have to use protection. Like downrange medic and large bounce is great. It's really great. However, I've been noticing that my mask comes off so much easier now ever since October. And like I kind of like sometimes I feel like I have to use protection, especially like in night maps. So in those situations, like you don't really need 11 perk points. You can just use this build with Scar, and not only that, but Scar has more energy, and that makes a lot of difference. Like not just in night maps even more, but even in day maps, you don't want to be decloaking all the time. This class, just like Scar, she has infinite thermal vision. However, the moment that you cloak, the energy drain is higher. Like it goes down. Like it's not as bad like Copper or Scout, like those classes, but it still is too much. I mean, for me, I don't feel very comfortable with this class, just because of the energy drain. Energy drain with Cloak, and if you don't play Cloak, maybe it can work, but like if you decide to use Cloak and Thermal Vision together, like you won't be able to use the Plasma Caster much without it overloading like quite often. So I would say if you want to maximize this class, you might have to forget a little bit about the Plasma Caster, which is not the best option for the Predator. The Predator sometimes is going to have to use the Plasma Caster, but on this class, it's a little bit limited because of the energy drain, unless you're like, every time you use the Plasma Caster, you're gonna have to decloak to prevent the energy overload. I don't know, like something like that. I'll try to make it the best out of this. I would say maybe try to focus on the primary and secondary weapons instead of the Plasma Caster, which can be these ones, Combi Stick and Pistol. They're overall like a good combination. You throw the Combi Stick, follow with the Pistol, try to get someone down. That's the kind of gameplay that I try to focus more in these matches. The other options are not, like I would say maybe the Smart Disc can be a very good option. The Smart Disc is the meta for Predator, but if you have a high ping, you won't be able to use it well anyway. So, and I mean, the Smart Disc can be good on any class. In this class, sure, it's gonna work. However, if you have a high ping, like you won't be able to like tell well. The Trident, I would say, is inferior to the Combat Stick because sure you have 3 of them, but they do less damage. You have to throw more Tridents to be able to equal the amount of damage that you can do with just one single Combat Stick throw. And they are destroyable as far as I remember. Sure, the Combat Stick you can lose it. Same thing with Trident, you can lose them just by throwing them off the map. But the fighting can destroy them. For the other weapons, I mean, that you can use to assist, you have the Eye of Ra, which is worse because he only has four bullets on the clip. While comparing to the normal pistol with 6, I would just use the normal pistol. And I think the normal pistol also does more damage. So the Eye of Ra is like a nerfed pistol. Nerfed normal plasma pistol. The Ultra Bow is It's just not what it used to. It was nerfed, and I mean, ammo is too low. Like you have to get the arrows back. Sometimes you can even lose them because of bugs. The damage is too low. So I would say probably this is the best option. Or you can use the smart disc crossbow gun. I would say just use the smart disc instead. It has good damage, but I don't think it's like gonna be that effectively. Or you can maybe try to use the two pistols, but the damage is too low. Like having the two pistols, is something that I haven't tried yet. But still, like the damage of the Eye of Ra is just too low. It's just too low. It just won't be enough. So I would say the kind of playstyle I'm using on the Exalted, it would be like the best option for it. However, the limitations of the low energy can be a problem in, let's say, like private games against certain fighting players, which might require you to use more of the Plasma Caster, because the class is a little bit limited. If I was gonna rank this class, as people have been asking already, I would probably say it would be just like maybe like around A plus, something like that. I would say Scar. I would prefer Scar for like private games, especially because I might use a Dirty Lands build in day maps, and with this class, because of the energy drain, it won't be really effective to use the Plasma Caster. But for the playstyle of Combi and Pistol, like it can work. But I would say Scars is probably gonna be a little bit under Scar. Even though I do like be able to use this pair combination, I would say just because of the energy drain, it's gonna be a little under Scar. But I have to admit that the class is overall like okay and fun to use. Like the speed, I like the speed. It feels like maybe it's like as fast as Wolf. It's like a Wolf with more. It's like a Wolf Predator with more stamina, and HP I think it's the same, but in less energy, and can carry traps. So overall, it's a good class. Don't get me wrong, but still, like it's really not enough to be able to match up against how OP the fighting is in this game. And I mean, if that class is not like among the best ones in the game, I usually wouldn't recommend. I mean, if you like the design, that's one thing. But I would say if you just care about really the stats, I would say maybe just get Scar or maybe even Bionic instead. I mean, comparing to Bionic, maybe she's like around the same level, but I mean, Bionic has more energy. And I would say, yeah, maybe comparing to Bionic, because I say that Scar is a little better than Bionic. While comparing this one to Bionic, I would say, I mean, speed and stamina, they are pretty close. I would say overall, every single stats, I would say I would prefer on Exalted, just the perk points. But then again, like I said, sometimes you might want to trade one of these perks for for protection anyway, because you don't want to lose your mask. So having 11 perk points is not as like important as before, because in some games you just kind of have to bring protection because of how stupid and easy it is to lose your mask at the moment. But well, again, if people are want me to recommend a DLC, I mean, if I should recommend this DLC class, I would say still like overall no. If you care about stats, I would say it really won't make that much of a difference depending on the kind of fighting that you're up against. You know, it's a good class. The stats are like okay. Well, comparing to like Pharaoh, Gladiator, Anubis, she's definitely better, but still is not enough.
Motherfucker! Fuck! Cover me, I'm moving to the alarm! Cover me, I'm reloading! Somebody help me! Help me! Reloading! Cover me! I'm hit! Help me up! Down and up! Take no heels, I'm dying over this joint! Somebody help me! Think I've bagged my limit today.